That coffee, you don't chop your fingers off.
Okay, so all three cameras are rolling, and that's a 3, 2, 1. Cool. So, how are you today?
Not so bad, thank you.
Cool. It is, what day is it today? It's Tuesday?
Yes.
Cool. So this is episode 2.
Okay.
We're going to call it the G.A.H audio show.
Okay.
Because I thought it sounded cool. So, yeah, we're just going to chat shit about fitness and nutrition and training and all that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Chat away, buddy.
Cool. So, is there anything in particular you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, pre-workouts.
Pre-workouts. Okay, cool. Yeah, go on. We'll discuss pre-workouts. That's a good one. Go on.
What's the point of taking them? Is it worth taking them? Would you take
one?
them?
I take them a lot. But I train at like 6 o'clock in the morning most days. So, for me, I just find it's like the energy.
Okay.
Sort of, because I'm not a morning person. I'm a nighttime person.
Yeah, but when you then say a pre-workout, what would your pre-workout be?
It's usually some sort of stimulant.
It's a stimulant,
not
a pump?
No, not usually. I usually take a stim-based free.
Right, okay. So if that's the case, if you say stimulant, so you're using it in the morning to just give you that kickstart to get through your training session.
Mm-hmm.
So, reason why I'm asking this question, with a client today, and he's taken on a pump.
Okay. Yeah.
Pre-workout before his leg session.
Yeah.
But it ended, and I'm sure people are different, but it ended that he couldn't actually finish the session that I had planned because he was just far too pumped.
I think that's a big thing with pre-workouts is like they can be too much because I mean there are a lot of issues with pre-workouts. One being the dosing of the actual ingredients, like say like beta-alanine. That's just normally put in there to make you feel it because it's tingling. It's not doing anything other than making you tingle. And then say even caffeine to actually get the like physical effect is a lot, but I think, say for me, it's like the alertness when I'm not really sleeping much, because that's one thing about training at 6. Like I tend to get about 4 or 5 hours sleep on the days I do train. So I think
which now, I mean, obviously people's workloads and everything else. There's a lot more people training in the early hours.
Yeah.
You know, some will even they're literally 24-hour gyms and they'll go 3 o'clock in the morning. But again, it's very much, as you say, down to the dosage, the timing,
that's the thing as well.
The overall effect you want.
Yeah.
And as I said, for me, and this is, as you say with that, if you are going to take one, a stimulant is obviously earlier, it's better earlier on in the day. Pump maybe with very little stim then in the evening, but I would probably say try and keep your pump workouts away from leg day. Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of pump pre-workouts anyway though, because it sounds dumb. I know like the way we train is sort of, it gives you a good pump anyway.
Yeah.
I tend to find it down to me more how much I've drunk that day, how much I've eaten
100%.
regularly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not even that day, because like I'll train fasted and get a good pump. You know,
but as you say, it's always on the food we ate yesterday anyway, and that's the best thing to utilise your food from the day before.
Yeah.
If you've had a really good eating session, well then go and do a big body part. But of course the thing is, when you're doing legs, especially with the reps and everything else you're doing, and the overall size of the muscle groups you're working on that day, and the pump that you get in the leg, obviously with all the oxygenated blood, keeping it in the muscle, it got to the point that it was literally
too much.
Time out. So pre-workouts are very beneficial if used right.
Yeah.
And not just necessarily a little bit of, oh, I'll have that one. Ask why. What does it do? Don't just pick one random off the shelf.
I think one part of it is like the mental thing as well, because like I'm not a fan of pump products really, in terms of I've never really found many to be amazing, but then say like last Thursday was it, because I open Thursdays, don't I?
Yeah.
And then I trained at like, it was like 7:30 at night. I think it was just something to be like, right, I'm training now.
Yeah.
Go train. And there was no stims in it, and I think it was just like that mental ritual of something to get ready. Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is, this is why we're hopefully discussing it, because I don't do pre-workouts.
Yeah.
I mean, my coffee is just like, it's pathetic. It's like dirty water. So as far as caffeine is, I just don't find it works for me. as in I don't like that stimulant effect. I don't like to feel anything going on. I don't like the jitters. I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
But I don't say that you shouldn't, because obviously you get out of it what you want.
I think there are a lot of, I mean, obviously anything's dangerous in the right amount. Like that's always one of the big things. But there's just the habit of overusing them.
Yeah, of course.
And just stimulants in general. Like I know I've definitely been there where I've taken in way too much caffeine. Even when I know I'm taking too much caffeine just by how I feel, but you sort of still do it. Do you know what I mean? And I've definitely been there, but I think as long as you using them appropriately, then you will be fine.
And unfortunately, I mean years ago, you didn't see coffee shops. You didn't.
Yeah.
The only place you got a coffee on the high street was in a greasy spoon.
Yeah.
So whereas now, coffee is readily available at different strengths, different everything's, and even from one coffee shop to the next, a shot of a certain coffee bean is just so totally different.
I think
but
that's
caffeine is far more part of everybody's day now.
Yeah, I think the issue with that is that it's easy to do it without realising.
Yeah.
Because say you take one pre-workout, say for whatever reason, and then like you think you see an energy drink, and even if you like the taste, blah blah blah, you're like, no, I've had a pre-workout and I've had a cup of coffee. Like it's too much. But with coffee, it's because there's a little bit of social, a little bit of taste, a little bit of enjoyment to it. It's I love a cup of coffee, sure.
Yeah.
Like I know around Christmas, because I get given a lot of coffee, don't I? And it's I think the first day back here after Christmas, I drank like 8 cups of coffee just because I wanted to try the different coffees.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a conscious decision. It was like I opened, and then 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I just went to make another one because I enjoyed the taste of it, and it was like, shit, this is like 8. Do you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's also one thing though, is the tolerance aspect to them, because the first time you have a cup of coffee, like I remember the first time I had a shot of espresso, I was up till 3 in the morning, and it was like bonkers. Whereas now, you don't notice the difference as much, and it's the same with pre-workouts.
And that's the thing. Then you're almost, as you say, causing that tolerance.
Yeah.
And you go for a stronger or an extra scoop. Things like that.
I think that's the thing, is just being a bit more. Just a little bit more clever with them, because
be a bit more aware, because the thing is they do serve a purpose, but when you end up taking them so much, the purpose is completely and utterly void.
I probably take them for, not gonna lie, like 90% of my sessions, but then on the days where I don't train, which is like 3 days a week, I don't take in anywhere near as much caffeine, and I don't take anything as crazy as a pre-workout, so I don't find it as bad. But if you're training 6 or 7 days a week, slamming pre-workouts and coffee and energy drinks, that can become an issue. Like I've definitely done it.
Yeah, but of course the thing is, it's not so much that it does become an issue, because at the end of the day, they do become addictive, all of it. But you're not giving yourself the workout that you truly deserve. But if you are, you don't know how much of that is actually being done by you.
Yeah.
So sometimes, just even 1 day a week, pull off it.
Yeah.
Go and have a training session without it, see how it feels.
I've tried to do it myself, where it's like, if I'm feeling good, I'll try and avoid taking one. And it's just sort of being honest with yourself as to, right, no, I actually don't need this today, so I'll skip it, or take a pump, or something. Because I've always found that sort of the base ingredient, like I don't know, you don't have to call them, the typical ingredients you find in pre-workout, so like caffeine is perfectly fine with me, blah blah blah, but obviously too much. But then, you take like teacrine, which, okay, you look at, you don't build a tolerance to, but any pre-workout that contains it, I hate. I don't get a good effect off it, so it's, right, I'll stay away from that one, because what's the point? I don't feel good mentally, physically at all, so it's just, you stay away from that. But then, there is that, I wouldn't say temptation, because I'm not tempted to do it, but it's someone like that where they only like certain ingredients in pre-workouts, be like, well, I don't feel anymore, I'll just up the dose. It's like, no, just...
The thing is as well, the pre-workout is what it says on the label, and it should really really start to just pitch yourself back off as the training session is over and done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But of course the thing is, a lot of people then will end up going in to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're still wide awake.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing I don't necessarily have to worry about it because I train at 6 in the morning, so sleep issues aren't like I have no trouble sleeping in terms of I have no trouble falling asleep. But if I trained at 7 o'clock in the evening, there's no way I take one. There's no way I take a stimulant-based one, or even anything with like nootropics or anything like that.
And that's the thing. It's really that's it in a nutshell. Is there are many variants of time, food, against the
100%.
clock, all these things. But then there's many variants of what the pre-workout can do for you.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I even think as well, like I know I'm not a fan of mixing pre-workouts or it's strange. It's weird. I don't like mixing two different stimulant-based pre-workouts because I'm just you're right. Any time I've done it, even with half of one and half of the other, it's just been terrible.
Yeah.
But weirdly, I'm also not a fan of half scooping pre-workouts. I'd rather just take a weaker one because I know in my head. Because I think a lot of these, it's not like protein, whereas no matter what the fuck you believe about protein, it's still protein. You know, a lot of it is the mental aspect of pre-workouts, I find. And I know if I'm taking half a scoop, I'm like, well, this is going to be shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I would probably say that's where people start to fall with pre-workout. As you say, 100%, it becomes part of the ritual. I'm going to train, I need a pre-workout. Mm-hmm. It's no different, I'm going to train, I need a bottle of water.
Yeah.
You know, and you should give pre-workouts the respect they deserve.
100%.
But unfortunately, as I said, you know, and the end result for that training session today for my client really was, don't get me wrong, he worked really, really well, he worked really hard, but there was a little bit left in the tank as in what I could have got out of it.
You could have done more otherwise.
Yes, 100%, but it just got to the point that actually then it took that away. It took it away from what the session.
And I think as well, it's because realistically, whether you can train hard or not is just down to you, both physically and just in terms of your attitude towards training. But I think if people like I say, I take pre-workouts a lot, but I know I can train hard without one because when did I start training? I was
about an hour ago.
No, I was probably like 17, maybe.
Seriously, probably around, I should say, around about, I mean, you were back and forth to the gym, obviously, to enhance the karate,
so I think
we were
weight bearing
16,
exercise
17.
was probably 12, but then just properly weight training in like the traditional sense was probably like 16, 17, but I only started to regularly take pre-workouts, I think I was 21.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't remember taking one before I was 21.
Yeah, but that's the thing as well, is
I'm 24, by the way. Like, just for reference.
But that is the thing as well, because so many people think, I mean, as soon as they're literally old enough to step in the gym, they start taking products.
Pre-workouts,
you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you did exactly the right thing. You worked your arsehole off before you felt at that point. And you've never trained like any other way than
it was. But I think that's the thing is, you know, I think there are certain supplements like like protein powders is fine. You know, do you know what I mean? I think when did I start regularly taking or using protein powder? I think I was 18. But to me, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, looking back, I'm like, yeah, so what? Like, it was better than fucking sandwiches or
but also,
all that other shit.
But also, you were always fed well.
Right the way through. It was because it was used. I understood it, and it was used in the context of a good diet. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't taught to
2 times a week and throw a protein drink.
Throw a protein shake because that's magic. It was just that's a good source of protein and it fits in. So it's easy, it's quick. But then I think other supplements get more and more optional. I mean, I know protein powder is optional, but it's just easy, convenient, and quick. But then pre-workout is very optional. You know, and especially like I didn't start drinking coffee until I was 21 either, and it's right. Well, why do I need to take a pre-workout? I have enough energy. So don't worry about it. It's fine. You know.
And of course, as you say, the thing is that there is a lot of younger people coming through into the gyms now, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's almost as if that's what you do. The same as you put on, a training belt. Well, go and get training first.
Yeah, I think that's probably an issue with. I don't even want to say young people because that's another thing when people say it's an age thing. I think it's just a new person in the gym thing, regardless of whether you're 28, 30, whatever.
Absolutely right. And I wouldn't say is ignorance to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But it's almost as if they want to hit the floor running.
Yeah, 100%.
And was like, well, hang on a minute, just get in there first.
And I don't think that's a 25 and under thing. I think that's just a new person in the gym thing. And I get it, everyone wants results, but then, and obviously you've seen it in different degrees, people want to jump into certain things before they should.
100%, and the thing is, I get it, they do want results, but you've got to lay the foundations first.
Yeah, 100%.
If you've got no foundations, why are you just worrying about the fucking roof?
Yeah, I think it's the ironic thing of you can get results without necessarily knowing how you got them, but if you know how you got them, that'll stand in good sense. Like, anything that you take, I think you should understand it.
Of course you should. And that's the thing, you wouldn't have somebody come up into you in the streets and give a handful of pills or whatever and say, take these.
Yeah, 100%.
Would you? You just, whatever. Find out what it's about, absolutely right. For the reasons you want to take it, for the results you want to take it for, and all those things do make a difference. But just touching on something that we just said about they may get results but they don't quite know how it happened.
Yeah.
And as we said, if you do go into a gym and you haven't got the personal trainers or the assistance of inductions and things like that, if ever you want to take an inspiration from anybody and you think, God, they got a good body part, and as I always say, don't look at what they do, look at how they do it. And as you say, it is. You're educating yourself into the movements as well.
I think as well, it's like with anything, isn't it? The unfortunate thing is it just takes time.
Of course it is.
Like I thought I knew what I was on about 4 years ago, whereas now I think the 20-year-old me was a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? With everything. But you not only start to know more, but you also start to know, right, that's a good source of information, that makes sense, that doesn't make sense. You start to scrutinise a little bit more where
but also as you're going through that, you learn more about yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
And as we say about tolerances and intolerances and things like that.
Yeah, 100%.
That you can walk into any gym and know everything straight off.
Because I said to Dad yesterday actually, because we were saying about different things working for different people, because and I think that's true, because there are, say, certain rules that everyone is, like I said, like protein's good. It's like, high protein, diets and the certain level of calories, etc. But then just find out what you like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't tend to eat for the first 4 hours of the day, but I know I wouldn't have been able to do that previously, but now I like it. Do you know what I mean? And it's and you do the same, but then Dad eats breakfast, and or like I probably eat a lot of carbohydrates, whereas you don't, and like it's not only it all works,
of course,
but
it's what works for the individual.
And I think it comes down to a lot of things. It's like what you like, what you dislike. Even just down to, like, I know when I had more fats in my diet, my stomach just tended to be quite bad, whereas when I flipped it on the other head, it was like, well, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine now. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, so like I know you get bloated if you eat a lot of carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not to say that eating carbs bloats you out or eating fats bloat you out, it's just, no, it does that to me.
The individual.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. And as I say, that's the thing though, to say, going right back to the beginning, it is with the pre-workouts, is again, find out what works for the results you want.
Because obviously...
Because the thing is, really, that's more or less everything, isn't it? You can't go in and just take bits of all the information from other people, but just find out what your body does more than anything, because at the end of the day, it's not about anybody else. It's all about 100%. Improving yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like you said, it's just your, and like you say, it's what works for you. And not necessarily, because I think people get a bit too bogged down in, oh, my body's different. It's like, no, you're a fucking human. Like, there are rules that your body's gonna abide to. Like, that's it and all about it. Like, no one's been like, say, oh, I'm struggling to gain muscle and I'm eating 200 grams of protein. Alright, we'll eat 50 grams of protein and suddenly they're packing on size. Like, what? that makes no sense. But say you've just got to find out what you like, certain things that your body responds to, but also what can fit into your lifestyle.
100%, 100%. And as you say, that is it. And sometimes, the subject we started with was pre-workout, and sometimes people rely on that to get the job done as quickly as possible to get out and do something else. Which, okay, that's great, but the effects of that pre-workout has not been utilised, it's not been absorbed. So lo and behold, 3 o'clock in the morning, they're typing on social media. It's like, dude, sleep. Eat, train, sleep. That's it. That's
and
what
I think that's the
do.
thing is, even though your session might have been 10% better because you pre-workout, but you got half the amount of sleep, it's like, right, well, maybe have the 90% session and have the 100% sleep. I'd rather that. Then your sessions will probably creep up naturally anyway, But it's like with anything, isn't it? It's, say for instance, like I know, how many times do you eat a day? 3. I'm probably 4 max, sometimes 2, and it's like, that's not necessarily textbook wise the best, but it's what fits in the best. So, well, if you can stick to 3 meals a day 100% of the time, that's better than sticking to 5 meals a day 40% of the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think
balance that over the week, I'm actually losing.
Exactly. That's the thing.
If
you think, right, I'm going to eat 5 meals a day, you only wind up getting 2 smaller ones.
Yeah, well, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And as you say, it doesn't work for me. Purely and simply because, one, I just don't get time to get any more meals in.
Yeah.
I got to fight to get.
Yeah, I find that's the thing as well. Like, I know that, like, I started to do the less meals when I was in uni, and I found it easier. And now I definitely find it easier. But it's just, well, the less times you have to eat is less times you have to fit in that eating, and it's less stress, blah blah blah. But it's, well, oh, can you eat 3 times in the day? Can you find the times? Like, but I can't find 6. So don't worry about that.
And again, it must be not necessarily that it works for you, but for the results you want.
Yeah.
I'm not going on stage again. I'm never going to go on stage again.
Yeah.
So I'm not that.
But then again, that's not necessarily to say that if you were trying to go on stage, then you have to eat more meals.
No.
It's that thing of, again, understanding the why. It's not the number of meals you eat that gives you the result. It's what those meals consist of. It's getting the right amount for you of calories and protein, blah blah blah.
As you say, for me, this is because that's what works with my lifestyle. I'm never stressed about eating.
Exactly.
Whereas some people, they do become, it's such a stressful time. But and again, if you're in whatever it's for, whether it's for just for enjoyment, if it is for the stage, if it's for strongman, whatever, as you say, it's got to work. But then when you become stressful about it, you don't absorb your food anyway. So you're not utilising it.
I think is not necessarily that, but like your training's going to be shit, your sleep's going to be shit.
It's just going to be a knock-on effect.
Everything's going to be bad. So it's like, well, those things being bad, it's going to fuck your results up. Your diet might be on point, but if you're super stressed about it. Well,
but again, you're not resting well. So you're not training well.
100%.
So it's, the 3 parts of the chain of success. Is your eating, your training, your rest. And as long as all 3 of them are in, as long as the food goes in,
100%,
don't beat yourself up over it. I mean, there was, and it was quite, and it's common knowledge, people are liquidizing chicken breast to get in. It's like, one, that's as sick as anything. But 2, if it's that bad, change it. There is no eating group that you'd have to stick with permanently.
I think there's a lot of, again, it's just not understanding the why. And I'm not saying everyone needs to be a fucking expert in, like, protein and blah, 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 but it's, right, why not drink a protein shake instead of blending your chicken? Oh, well, whey shit. It's like, well, no, it's not. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's, if you really need to get it in, find a better way to get it in. Do you know what I mean? It's,
a far less stressful way.
100%. And I think that's the thing. I think Dad said yesterday, stress is such a big factor because
100%.
Stress has that knock-on effect on your rest, your training, therefore your recovery, therefore your progress, and it's.
And again, going back to the pre-workout, so I've had a shit day. It's been terrible. It's really I've been against the clock. I'm against this. Work's been terrible. The kids been up all night. Give me a pre-workout. If you're already taking that pre-workout at that state.
100%, because I think, say they stimulate you, they don't necessarily, obviously like there's different things, but say caffeine obviously is just a stimulant, it stimulates you, and if you're feeling anxious or upset,
wired already.
well that's not a good time to take it, and I know I've done it, I know it's not training, but it's like when I was in uni, be stressed out about exams coming up or whatever, and I'd feel a bit tired, but I'd just be like, be like, fuck this, and I'd end up going out for 5 minutes, just buying an energy drink or something, and it was like, it just put you in a bigger mental frenzy than you already were in, and it's like, okay, yeah, true, in certain contexts, if you're relaxed, it can help you, even mentally, caffeine has that thing of decreasing fatigue and improving concentration, etc. But if you're already in that state, you don't need it. You're overstimulated. That is a thing. There's there's understimulated. There's the perfect level of stimulation. Then there's overstimulated, and it's if you're there already. What's taking the stimulant going to do? You need a fucking break. Right?
Yeah, and I think that this is where it's quite a good conversation here. Is because I don't take them.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, 100%.
So of course the thing is, whereas for me, even if it's been one of those days, coming in there, going in there and training with no stimulant whatsoever, calms me right down because I focus on what I'm doing.
But then I think as well, it's that thing of I know what it's like to train without it, so I know that I can. Whereas if you take it from day one, well, how the fuck do you know what it's like to train without one? So then there's gonna come a day where you don't have time, or you don't have one on you, and it's almost gonna be shit now.
Absolutely right.
That's bollocks. The actual say something like caffeine, the actual amount you need to take to get an actual physiological improvement in performance isn't that much, unless you're you're sleep deprived, etc. But you have to take a fair amount, more than probably in most pre-workouts, and it's not that big anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So realistically, they're not doing that much for you in terms of
but as you say,
physical performance.
It's all psychological.
Yeah.
It becomes part of the ritual. No difference when you're training your trainers on to go in the gym. It just becomes part of it.
100%. Yeah.
And I mean the thing is, we see it day in, day out, and people will just walk in. But again, you walk in, you take a pre-workout and walk into the gym.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to take for that pre-workout to actually start?
Yeah, 100%.
But the majority of the time, and really, if you're peaking, probably about 3/4 of the way through the workout anyway.
And I think you hear some things as well, like people would take 3 scoops of the original Jack 3D, and it's like,
just
how do you get there? That's insane. You know what I mean? That doesn't support longevity, does it?
Of course it doesn't. It doesn't really support anything, including any of it says on the label.
Yeah, it's pretty yourself into danger.
A lot of the time, the doses on the label are there for a purpose. It's not just to piss you off. Oh well, I've done 1 scoop, I may as well because I can take 2. Well, it says 1 scoop for a reason.
Yeah. If you're finding yourself tolerating 1 scoop, maybe just back
away
off a bit, and then come back in a week, and that 1 scoop will knock your fucking head off again.
100%.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's half an hour. The one camera's already died, and these cameras are about to go. So cool. Thank you very much. That was very fun. So see you guys.
Very fun.
So many fun, yeah. So we'll see you next time. Thank you. It was good.